Somewhere inside you, there is a tender place that still believes you're behind. And I want to sit with that place for a moment, not to fix you, not to push you, just to breathe with you and to tell you something gentle and true. You are not alone. So many people carry an ache. They look back and whisper, "I wasted years." They say it like a verdict, like a door that closed forever. And when you believe that thought, your body responds. The chest tightens, the stomach drops, the mind races. You may feel grief, shame, urgency, or a heaviness that makes it hard to begin again. You see, the mind can use time as a weapon. It can replay old scenes as if they are happening now. It can punish you for not knowing then what you know today. But I know this to be true. The point of power is always in the present moment, not in last year, not in the decade behind you, in this breath, right now, where you still have choices. When you call years wasted, you're often naming years you were doing your best to survive. Years you were coping, years you were learning the only way you could, years you stayed because you were afraid, or left because you were afraid, or numbed because you didn't yet feel safe enough to feel. Those years were not empty. You were alive in them. And you do not heal by attacking yourself. You do not reclaim your joy by punishing your past. You do not create a new life by calling your old one worthless. So let's soften the language just a little. Instead of wasted years, what if we said years that taught me, years I outgrew, years I survived? Feel how different that is in your body. There is something in nature I love to remember when the mind says, "This was useless." In a garden, nothing is wasted. Fallen leaves become compost. Scraps become nourishment. What looks like decay becomes rich soil, and what looks like the end becomes the beginning of new growth. Your life has its own compost miracle. The experiences you regret can become nourishment for wisdom. The heartbreak can become compassion. The confusion can become clarity. Not because suffering is good, but because you have the ability to learn and transform. Regret is not proof you failed. Regret is proof you are waking up. And waking up can feel tender. When you wake up, you see clearly. You see the places you abandoned yourself. You see the choices you made from fear. And the mind wants to turn that clarity into cruelty. But clarity is meant to become compassion. Sometimes the thought underneath, "I wasted years," is actually, "I'm too late." And "I'm too late" is one of the most painful stories the mind can tell. It makes you feel like life is a party that ended without you. So let's meet that story with truth. Life is not a party you missed. Life is a relationship you can enter again and again, right now, at any age, in any season. In nature, a tree does not apologize for when it blossoms. It does not compare itself to the tree next to it. It follows its own timing, shaped by weather, soil, and care. Some years are quiet, some years are abundant, and the tree remains worthy through them all. You have seasons too. There may have been seasons when you were simply trying to get through the day, seasons when you were learning how to be safe, seasons when your heart needed protection, seasons when your body needed rest. Those seasons were not wrong, yet the mind compares. It looks at someone else's highlight reel and says, "They are ahead." Comparison is a thief. It steals your attention from your own path. And attention is one of your most precious forms of time. So when comparison appears, try this. Gently come back to yourself. Say, "My path is my path." Say, "I release the need to race." Say, "I trust my unfolding." Now there is another hidden belief under regret. If I let go of guilt, I will repeat the mistake. Some people hold guilt like a leash. They think it keeps them responsible. But guilt is not guidance. Guilt is heaviness. Guidance feels clear and calm. Guidance says, "Not that way." Guidance says, This is what I value. Guidance helps you choose. So we are trading guilt for guidance. One way to do that is to turn regret into a loving question. What would I like to do differently now? Not with pressure, with curiosity, with respect. Perhaps you would like to speak up sooner. Perhaps you would like to listen to your body. Perhaps you would like to set boundaries. Perhaps you would like to rest without earning it. Perhaps you would like to follow your creativity again. Those desires are not random. They are your inner wisdom calling you home. Your inner wisdom knows. And sometimes your inner wisdom arrives through the body. Notice how your body feels when you imagine staying in the old story, heavy, tight, small. And notice how your body feels when you imagine a new story, a little more space, a little more breath. That difference matters. It is how you learn to trust yourself. Now I want you to imagine for a moment that your life is not a straight line. Imagine it is a spiral. In a spiral you may return to similar themes: love, worthiness, courage, boundaries. But each time you return, you meet them from a higher place with more awareness. So even if you feel like you are starting over, you are not starting from nothing. You are starting from experience. You are starting from wisdom. You are starting from a self who has lived. And that means you can move forward with more grace. If your mind says, "But I should have been further by now," try answering with, "I am exactly where I can be," not as resignation, as kindness. I have seen people begin new careers at 50, find love at 60, learn to rest at 40, heal a relationship at 70, and discover joy after years of darkness. Life does not stop offering itself. We stop receiving when we decide it's too late. So let's decide something new. It is not too late to be kind to yourself, not too late to change one thought, not too late to take one step. It is not too late for one kind step. Now the mind may argue, but I want those years back. I understand that longing. I understand the grief for what could have been, and I want to be clear and kind. We cannot rewind the clock, yet life can restore what time seemed to take by returning you to yourself. Because what do you really want back? Is it the calendar? Or is it the energy, the lightness, the curiosity, the hope? Is it the freedom to be you, the confidence to try, the willingness to love again? Often what we call wasted years is really love we withheld from ourselves, approval we chased, joy we postponed, kindness we denied ourselves. And you can begin giving that love now. You can receive yourself back now. This is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Let's look gently at the thought that hurts. I wasted years. If that thought were a picture, what would it be? A broken clock? A closed door? A train that left the station? Now imagine you are standing at a station believing the train is gone forever, and then you hear another sound, another train arrives. There are many trains, many routes, many beginnings. The station is still here. You are still here, and you can choose the next train with more wisdom than you had before. Sometimes we cling to regret because we think it equals responsibility. We think, if I punish myself, I'm making it right. But punishment does not heal. Punishment keeps you trapped. Responsibility is different. Responsibility is a gentle hand on your own heart saying, I see what happened, and I choose differently now. Responsibility is learning. Responsibility is growing. And for many of us, the roots go back far. Perhaps you learned early that love was conditional. Be good, be quiet, be helpful, be perfect. Perhaps your feelings were too much for the people around you, so you swallowed them. That child self did what it had to do to feel safe. So place a hand on your heart if that feels okay. Feel the warmth, feel the breath moving, and say silently or out loud, thank you for getting me here. You are safe now. You are here now. All is well in my world, in this moment. I'm not asking you to pretend you loved every choice. If there are tears, let them come. Tears are release. And while you cry, you can still be kind to yourself. Notice where you carry the wasted years story in your body. Throat, chest, belly, jaw. Just notice. We can hold grief without building a house for it. Then ask a new question. Not, how could I be so stupid? But, what did I learn? Not, why did I ruin everything? But, what do I know now that I didn't know then? Maybe you learned your feelings matter. Maybe you learned your body speaks to you. Maybe you learned that people-pleasing is exhausting. Maybe you learned that rest is sacred. Maybe you learned that you can survive what you thought would break you. These are treasures, and they can become the foundation for a life that feels more honest. Now I want to talk about this idea of getting years back. I cannot promise your life will change in one dramatic sweep. Yet I have seen that as people shift their thinking consistently, life begins to respond. They notice opportunities they didn't see before. They make different choices. They stop repeating the same patterns. Over time, their experience changes. So when I speak of receiving back what you thought you lost, I mean receiving back your aliveness, your presence, your self-trust, your joy. This is why I love a 40-day practice. 40 days is long enough to build a new habit of thought and short enough to feel possible. It is a commitment, not a test, not a punishment, a devotion. For the next 40 days, we are going to practice one simple devotion, speaking to yourself as if you are someone you love. If you miss a day, you do not fail. You simply return. Life loves you, and you are learning to love you. Now let's begin gently with mirror work, because the mirror is where many people discover how harsh they've been. If looking into your eyes feels too intense, soften your gaze. You can even start by standing near the mirror. This is not about forcing, it is about building safety. Look as best you can and say, I am willing to be kind to myself. That willingness is enough to start. Here is your simple daily structure for 40 days. First, notice the old thought without drama. I wasted years. I'm too late. I missed my chance. Second, remind yourself, this is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Third, choose a new thought that feels like a bridge, kind, believable, supportive. I am learning from my past. I am open to new beginnings. I forgive myself more each day. The point of power is now. I deserve good things. Life supports me as I support myself. Then repeat your new thought slowly for 2 to 5 minutes, with breath, with softness, like planting a seed. The mind is like a garden. The thoughts you repeat are seeds. The feelings you cultivate are water. The actions you take are sunlight. And over time, new growth appears. Now I want to walk with you through the feel of these 40 days, because a practice becomes easier when you know what to expect. In the first week, you may notice the mind getting loud. Old thoughts rise like bubbles from the bottom of a pond. That is the practice working. You are noticing what has been running you. When an old thought appears, do not wrestle it. Label it kindly, old story. Then breathe and choose again. In the second week, you may begin to feel small openings, moments of peace, moments when you catch yourself before you spiral. Celebrate those moments. They are evidence that your mind is learning a new path. In the third week, you may meet resistance in a different form: boredom, impatience, doubt. The mind may say, "We already did this," or "This isn't changing anything." That is simply the mind testing your devotion. You can answer, "I am building trust," and continue. And in the fourth week, many people notice something beautiful. They begin to treat themselves like someone they are responsible for, someone they cherish. They may not feel perfect, but they feel kinder, and kindness is a powerful medicine. Now let's talk about the inner critic more directly because it often guards the gate to change. The critic may sound like a parent, a teacher, a former partner, a culture that demanded you be more, do more, achieve more. The critic speaks in absolutes. Always, never, too late, not enough. When you hear that voice, you can respond as the loving adult you are becoming. Critic, you wasted everything. You, I am learning and I am here now. Critic, you should have known. You, I know more now and I choose differently. Critic, you'll mess it up again. You, I can take one kind step today. Notice how your nervous system settles when the adult voice arrives. That is what we are building, inner safety. And inner safety is what allows you to take outer action. Now I want to offer a practice for the days when the mirror feels hard. Stand in front of the mirror and simply look at your face as if you are seeing a beloved friend. Notice the lines, the softness, the history your face carries, and then say, I'm listening. Just that, I'm listening. Then ask, what do you need from me today? And wait. You might hear rest, water, boundaries, encouragement, play, forgiveness. Give yourself one small piece of what you hear. This teaches you that you can meet your own needs. And meeting your own needs is how you stop feeling like time is slipping through your fingers. Now, there is a simple truth. When you are present, time feels fuller. When you are attacking yourself, time feels scarce. So let's practice presence in the body. Right now, feel your feet. Feel the support under you. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. And say, I am here. Again, I am here. This moment may not be perfect, but it is real, and you can build a real life from real moments. Now, I also want to speak to the person who feels grief for missed experiences, the trips not taken, the children not had, the art not made, the love not chosen, the education postponed. Grief is love with nowhere to go. So give it somewhere to go. Give it a page, give it a walk, give it a candle, give it a conversation. Let it move. And while grief moves, remember, life can still offer you experiences. They may not look exactly like the ones you imagined, yet they can be beautiful in their own form. A new friend can arrive, a new interest can awaken, a new kind of love can enter. Love for your body, love for your quiet mornings, love for your own company, love for community, love for creativity. Life is inventive. Now let's add another supportive image, the account of self-love. Every kind thought is a deposit. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, drink water, go to bed, speak gently, you deposit trust. Every time you say, I matter, you deposit dignity. So for these 40 days, we are making deposits, not huge ones, small ones, consistent ones. Over time, the account grows. You feel steadier. You make better choices. You stop begging life for proof because you are giving yourself proof. Now, if you would like, choose one small deposit you will make each day, no matter what. It could be 5 minutes of breathing. It could be one glass of water. It could be one loving sentence in the mirror. It could be a short walk. Let it be simple. Consistency is more healing than intensity. Now, some people worry, what if I miss a day and ruin the whole thing? Sweetheart, you are not a machine. You are a human being. If you miss a day, you do not start over in shame. You simply continue. You might even say, I forgive myself for being human. And that sentence alone is healing. Now, let's bring forgiveness in one more time, because forgiveness is a doorway to reclaimed energy. Say, I forgive myself for the choices I made when I was afraid. Say it slowly and notice what happens inside. Then say, I forgive myself for the times I did not choose myself. And finally, I choose myself now. Forgiveness releases energy, and energy is what regret wants back. Now you may wonder, will I ever stop thinking about the past? Perhaps the past will visit sometimes, but it does not have to run the house. It can become a teacher who stops shouting. And as you practice, you may find that when the past knocks, you can answer kindly, thank you, I learned, and I'm living now. Now, come back to the words that steady you. I return to my life with love. Say it once, feel it, and then add, life supports me as I support myself. Now, as these 40 days move along, you may notice small coincidences, an idea at the right time, a helpful person, a moment of clarity. Do not demand them, simply notice them. Gratitude is also a deposit. Gratitude tells your mind support exists. And even when nothing dramatic happens, your inner world is changing. The way you speak to yourself is changing. The way you recover from a hard moment is changing. That is not small. That is everything. Because your life is not only made of events. Your life is made of the relationship you have with yourself while events happen. So keep coming back. Keep choosing the next kind thought. Keep taking the next kind step. You see, we do not reclaim the past by reliving it. We reclaim it by using what we learned to live well now. And that is the true return. Now let me give you one core affirmation for these 40 days, a home base you can return to when you feel shaky. I return to my life with love. Say it softly. I return to my life with love. Again. I return to my life with love. And again, I return to my life with love. One more time. I return to my life with love. And once more, I return to my life with love. Notice how that feels. If anything tightens, breathe. You are practicing, not performing. Now the mind will come back with its old groove. It may say, this is silly, or it's too late, or you're lying. When that happens, do not fight your mind like an enemy. Treat it like an anxious child tugging your sleeve. You can say, I hear you, thank you for trying to protect me, and we are choosing something new. Because resistance often means a part of you is afraid of hope, afraid of disappointment, afraid of change. And you can reassure that part. We are going slowly. We are going safely. We are going kindly. Now I want to offer you a story. Imagine a woman who spends years in a job that drains her. Every Sunday night her stomach knots. She tells herself, be responsible, don't make waves. 10 years pass, and she finally leaves. And regret arrives like thunder. I wasted a decade. But when she looks closer, she sees the truth. Those years taught her what she values. They taught her that she needs creativity, respect, and rest. Those years became the compost that grew her courage. And when she stops calling herself foolish and starts calling herself brave, she begins to see possibilities. One class leads to another. One conversation opens a door. Over time, her life changes. Not because time rewound, but because she chose herself. Here is another story. Imagine someone who spent years numbing through substances, distractions, overworking, or constant caretaking. Now they are awake, and the grief is sharp. They look back and barely recognize themselves. To that person I say, you were trying to soothe a pain you did not yet know how to hold, and now you are learning to hold it. That is not wasted. That is a quiet miracle. Every day you choose to be present, you are receiving time back. Every day you choose to feel instead of numb, you are receiving life back. Every day you choose kindness toward yourself, You are receiving your heart back. And there is a practical piece here. Regret can freeze you. It can make you overthink and delay. Then the mind says, see, more time wasted. So we take small, steady actions that honor your new thinking. Tiny actions that say, we are safe to move forward. Maybe it's making an appointment you've avoided. Maybe it's sending one message. Maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk. Maybe it's saying no to one drain. Maybe it's saying yes to one nourishment. These are the building blocks of self-trust. Now let's talk about receiving, because many people who regret the past believe they must make up for it by pushing and proving. They become rigid with themselves. Yet receiving requires softness. It requires permission. So include this sentence in your practice. I am open to receiving support. Support can come as an idea, a friend, a resource, a restful night, a clear boundary, an unexpected opportunity. Often support arrives quietly when you stop arguing with your worth. You deserve good things. Now, when you feel the fear of wasting more time, pause and ask, what is the kindest next step? Not the biggest step, the kindest next step. Kindness creates sustainable change. Let your body participate. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Soften your belly. Take a breath, lower. And as you exhale, release the label wasted. Inhale a new word, beginning. Exhale, wasted. Inhale, beginning. Again, exhale the old label. Inhale the new possibility. Now, I want to offer you a third metaphor, the river. If you stand on the bank of a river and scream at the water that already passed, the water keeps moving. It cannot return to satisfy your anger, but you can step into the river now. You can feel it. You can let it carry you. You can choose how you move with it. Time is like that river. The invitation is not to fight it, but to join it right now. So today, in this moment, you can make a new choice. Not about the past. You don't need to. About this thought, this breath, this next step. Here is a simple daily blessing you can speak for these 40 days, maybe in the mirror, maybe with your eyes closed. In the infinity of life where I am, I choose to love myself today. Say it, and feel the words find a place inside you. Then ask, what does loving myself look like in the next hour? And choose one small act. Water, rest, truth, a boundary, a task done gently, a walk, a request for help. If you like, keep a notebook and write one line each day. Today I reclaimed my life by, and name something small. This becomes evidence. It teaches your mind that you are moving. It teaches your heart that you are showing up. Now, let's meet the deepest fear underneath all of this. I don't deserve a good future because I messed up. Oh, sweetheart, no. Life is not asking you to pay forever. Life is asking you to learn. You deserve good things because you exist, because you breathe, because you are a living expression of life itself. And as you treat yourself as deserving, you will make different choices. You will say no to what harms you. You will say yes to what nourishes you. You will speak with more honesty. You will rest without shame. You will create again. This is how years come back, not as numbers, but as quality. Presence expands life. Now let's do a short sequence you can return to whenever regret rises. Say these slowly and let them be true for today. I forgive myself for not knowing what I know now. I release the past with love. I return to my life with love. I am safe in the present moment. I choose thoughts that support me. I allow life to support me. All is well in my world. Breathe. And remember, healing is not linear. Some days are light, some days are heavy. That does not mean you are failing. It means layers are moving, like cleaning a window that has been dusty for years. The first wipe brings up the dirt. Keep wiping gently, and the light comes through. On hard days, let your practice be one sentence. I am here for you. Say it to yourself. I am here for you. And breathe. Now I want to leave you with an image. Imagine you have been carrying a heavy bag labeled "Wasted Years." It pulls on your shoulder. You've carried it so long you forgot you could set it down. Now imagine you place the bag on the earth. You open it, and instead of trash, you find seeds. Seeds of wisdom, courage, compassion, boundaries, clarity. You take those seeds and plant them in the soil of today, and you whisper, nothing was wasted, not as a denial, as a transformation. One day you will look back and realize the years were not taken from you. They were shaping the strength that finally chose joy. So be gentle with yourself today. Speak to yourself as if you are precious, because you are. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete, and I am learning to remember it. Take one more breath. Feel the present moment holding you. You are safe, you are loved, and life is here, ready to meet you, one step at a time.